Hey everybody, Cynthia Bazin from SmartChic. How are you? First of all, I want to say if you are catching this on the replay, thank you so much. I appreciate your time. I hope that this really inspires you. I hope that this really helps you reduce the noise and get you laser focused on what you need to do this spring. So happy spring, everybody. Cynthia Bazin here. Thank you so much for being here. For those of you that are here live. So if you come into the broadcast, I can see your comments. So please say hello in the chat stream. We're just going to welcome people in for a minute or so, and then we're going to get going. So, hey, Daniel, so good to see you, my friend. Thank you so much for stopping in. And Lisa Bechtel, one of my amazing friends, thank you so much for being here. Everybody, please don't be shy. Please say hello in the chat stream. We're going to have fun, and we're going to have some real talk. Can someone say real talk? Yay, and Susan is here. Woohoo! Everybody say hello inside the chat stream. Hey, how are you? Thank you so much for coming in. Hello. Thank you, everybody. So, you know what? Once you hear this topic, everybody, you are going to want to share this out. But I just want to say thank you so much for being here. For those of you that are new to my page, I'm Cynthia Bazin, is that I'm a laser-focused mentor. I'm a full-time speaker. And what my niche is that personal development, business branding, and business strategy. But my favorite thing to do is just have some real talk and help you, right, stay focused in on your priorities. How many of you are excited that it's spring? I'm super excited. I wish that the weather would cooperate. I would love to hear in the chat stream what the weather is like in your side of the world. Is that I'm in Northern California and it's raining, cats and dogs, literally. So I don't know if it's snowing where you are or if it's beautiful and sunny. Put it inside the chat stream. So let's get right to it because I know that your time is valuable. But I wanted to jump on here first of all to catch up and say hi. Is that it's been a while that I've done a Facebook Live, but I'm getting back on Facebook Live and going to be doing all types of amazing stuff on different platforms. So definitely keep your notifications on here on Facebook and be sure to follow me on the other platforms because there's going to be some fun stuff that we're going to be doing. So thank you, Nelson, for being here. Good day to you. So everybody, if you know me already, you know what? Share this out because this message somebody's going to want to hear. It's time for us to lighten up. Can someone say boom? Right? It's spring. I've got 6 different ways that we can lighten up right now. And so I'm so glad that you're here. I hope you have a good time. So let's see. Lisa says it's spring, but somebody forgot to tell Virginia. That's a tragedy. Somebody tell Virginia that the sun needs to shine out there. And it's in 54 and sunshine in Washington. I love that. I love that. I love that. Hans Freller is in the house. Hello, Hans. Hello, hello, hello. So for those of you that are catching this on the replay, you know what? I apologize that I don't jump right into the content right away, but I am all about connecting. Can somebody say connection? Is that, you know what? I'm just not going to let people come on in and just like hang in the background. You are taking the time to come in. I'm going to say hello to you. So, all right. So it's spring, everybody. It's time for us to lighten up on some things. And my good friend Wendy Rose has dropped in. Hello, Wendy. So great to see you. So I'm thinking of some ways that I'm going to lighten up. So I said, you know what? I got to jump on with my Facebook friends and let's have some real talk. And I'm going to give you 6 different ways that you can lighten up. And I would love for you to commit to at least one thing. Can someone say deal? Deal. Let's do this because you know what? This is the perfect time for us to lighten up and for us, you know what, to get really rock and rolling on our goals, on our own individual goals. You know what? Shut out the noise, stay in your lane, figure out what you need to lighten up on, and let's just do it together, okay? Before I get started on the 6 ways, okay, deal. Awesome, Wendy. I'm so good. Hey, that's so awesome. If there's anybody else that wants to do this, at least pick one thing to lighten up on. Put deal inside the chat stream. First of all, in order for you to lighten up on your life, let me give you just a bonus tip. I haven't done the 6 yet. Stop watching too much TV. Stop watching the news, right? Can somebody say amen? Oh my gosh, you know what? We live in a heavy, heavy negative world, everybody. Is that I just happened to go on to one of the news outlets today, and between the shootings, between all the violence, between all the politics, everything that's going on, we certainly need to lighten up in some certain areas, and we need to stay away from certain things that weigh us down. And so that is one little bonus tip before I start with the 6, is that, you know what? Don't watch news 24 hours a day. Is that it's pretty negative, isn't it? Right? So I just wanted to let you know that. So, all right, let's go to this, everybody, because your time is valuable. And I want to let you know that I am going to be back live on Facebook a lot more. So I want to thank you for coming in and spending a little bit of time. So who is ready for the 6 ways? Put me inside the chat stream if you're ready to rock and roll. I want you to pick one. Okay, here we go. The first one is easy. Yes, exactly. That is my bonus tip before the 6 tips. Stop watching all the news 24/7. You will improve your life dramatically if you don't do that, right? All right. First one is this, everybody, is that the first way to lighten up, I want you to write this down if you really need to do this, is that this is a given. This is one that everybody talks about, but just decluttering. Decluttering and cleaning out. Is that I'm going to be talking about this on Good Day Sacramento in April, but you know what the bottom line is that we accumulate way too much stuff. I don't know if you're with me, but you know what, if you had to move today, you know what would you be like? Oh, cool, I could just pack it up in boxes and go? Or would you be going, oh my, I've got stuff from 30 years ago, right? Or 10 years ago, things I haven't touched forever, right? And so this is the perfect time, right, with spring before summer starts, is that what do you need to declutter? What do you need to clean out, right? So we're going to do 6 different things, and a lot of these things are decluttering, but I want you to really think about the room that's really weighing you down. Can someone say one area? And you guys all know this. Ladies, you know this. One area that you walk into and it's like it depresses you. It totally makes you stressed out, anxious, that sort of thing, right? And so the bottom line is we have way too much stuff. And so is there one area that you can start with? Maybe it's the heaviest one. Maybe it's the one that's really weighing you down, or maybe it's the easiest one, the simplest one. What resonates more with you, everybody, is that everybody is different. For me, I like to get the hardest one done first, because then everything else is like really easy. What is it like for you? Is it better for you to start small to get that little win and then move on to bigger things? Or do you want to tackle that huge thing first and then make it easy along the way, right? So for me, I have to hit the ugly area first, right? And for me, you know what? It is always about like my desk and always that kind of stuff, because I have a lot of paperwork because of my business, which we're going to be talking about. So the first tip is this, everybody. Write down if you really need to declutter, okay? And I want you to pick one area. I want you to write it down on your calendar. Okay, so when are you going to do it? Are you going to do it Saturday morning? Are you going to do it right after this broadcast and then let me know at the SmartChic that you decluttered it? Do you want to start with a hard area first, or do you just want to start with the easiest area first? Lisa says, room. The ugly first. Thank you for your feedback, Nelson. So you're like me. Get the one that's really weighing you down and then get it off your plate, right? Okay, cool. So that's Nelson. I have to do the huge and then work down. It keeps me motivated to get that huge one done first. Awesome. What else, everybody? What would be the one area? Would you need to go simple first? Or would you want to start with the hard area first? So Susan says, yes, we need to do the purge, right? So let's all think about this, everybody. And you know what? I know that, you know what, that sharing this to your Facebook followers and your friends, that's a big thing. But you know what, if you like this information and you like, respect, trust the information I give, and you think maybe one of your family members needs to declutter, if you know some of your friends need to do the purge, wait till you hear some of the things I'm going to talk about. So Wendy's with me. Let's take the big bite first, and then everything else is sort of easy after that. I'm telling you, it works for me. It works for me. So again, thanks so much for coming in, everybody. Love you guys. I appreciate you. If you're kind of new to my page, I'm Cynthia, last name Bazin. And thanks for being part of my page. All right, number 2. Who's ready for number 2, everybody? The second one, I'm going to get right to it because your time is valuable, okay? Number 2, paperwork and emails specifically. I don't know how. I am so good. Let me reemphasize that. I am so good about keeping up on my emails, but these last 4 days have been a whirlwind. And somehow, some way, I got 800 something emails like kind of stacked in my email box. Right? Is that, you know what? You get busy with life. There's medical stuff. There's family stuff. There's career stuff. You get bills coming in. You know what I mean? And you forget to open them or you just don't open them. Is that paperwork, emails can pile up really quickly. How many of you need to tackle that? Me, I got to sit down after this broadcast. I'm going to do it right after this broadcast, is that I need to go through my emails and clean them out. I've got all the folders. If you don't have folders yet for your emails, meaning that, oh, I need to put it in a follow-up folder or I need to put it in an article folder, right? Can someone say folders? Super, super hot tip, everybody. Don't just have one folder for everything. Separate your emails into certain things. So it might be opportunities, say for your art, Wendy. Somebody says, hey, listen, I would love to buy a piece of art from you. What can we do? Maybe you have, potential clients folder. For some of you, for Lisa, for your oils, a potential client. Articles that resonate with you. Maybe you have an article folder, right? Because we get so many articles and blogs and stuff like that. And maybe you have an urgent folder, right? So make sure that you have email folders, but make sure that that you go through those emails regularly. So some of you are really weighed down with all those emails. Maybe you need to do the big old purge. How many of you just want to go into your email and go, you know what, let me start off fresh. Mass delete and delete. I'm not saying you should do that because if something important comes in, but you know what? Some of those promotional emails, you can just delete, that sort of thing. So maybe this is the area that you need to lighten up. Write it down. The first one was decluttering, clothes, stuff in your house. The second thing is paperwork, emails, that sort of thing. Okay? All right. The next one, everybody, yes, that really, really helps in keeping my emails organized, Lisa. So, and it does stack up really fast. So everybody, thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. So the next one, again, maybe one of these will resonate with you. Yeah, exactly. You know what? What a great tip. Thank you, Wendy, for putting that up. Making sure you don't have garbage mail coming in the first place. I use unroll.me. See, this is why I love doing these live broadcasts, everybody, on Periscope, on Facebook, wherever, because you know what? We share resources. I'm going to keep that up for a second. So Wendy is suggesting unroll.me is that, you know what? That's going to help somebody today. So awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So Wendy, obviously a huge, huge person in, fitness and health. Now she's more focused in on her art, but she's going to resonate with this. And my good friend Beth Hoover, who is a fitness coach. But listen, if you haven't, really started to take care of yourself in 2018, I'm just going to keep this really briefly. Maybe you really want to lighten up on your weight. I don't want you to emphasize losing weight. I want you to lighten up and get healthier. Right? So I don't want really the goal for you to lose weight. I really want you to say, you know what? My goal is to change my lifestyle. I'm going to lighten up my life by changing my lifestyle and making exercise and good food choices part of my daily routine. Right? So you know who you are. You know what I mean? That, you don't put self-care as a priority, right? Just put guilty inside the chat stream if you always make the excuse that you don't have time for exercise or you eat a lot of fast food because you're so busy business-wise or running around that, you just grab something and eat it. Is that, Wendy, you're going to really like this. I said this on Periscope this morning. Lisa, I'm not sure if you heard this morning, but when you say, this is from Mel Robbins, what is one of those excuses that you make too much? Mel Robbins says something really brilliant. So say, for example, you know that you need to call say a loved one, okay? And you keep on putting it off, okay? Put listening inside the chat stream if you're listening. Say, for example, there's a friend, there's a family member, maybe it's your mom, maybe it's somebody that you really love and you really need to get that phone call in, but you just don't. You keep pushing it off, you keep pushing it off. And you say, you know what, I just don't have the time. Mel Robbins says, replace the words, I don't have the time, with it's not a priority. So I didn't have time to call my mom, or my mom is not a priority. You know, I don't have time to exercise. Replace it with exercise is not a priority to me. I said this in Periscope early this morning, right? Is that, you know what? I really need, you know, to spend more time with my kids, but I don't have time to spend time with my kids. You know what? My kids are not a priority. Isn't that a duff kicker for some of our goals that, you know what, we're trying to achieve, but you keep on putting it off, you keep procrastinating, you keep hesitating, you keep letting fear creep in, you keep, you know, letting the noise, the inner chatter or the outer chatter, you know, from people get to you? So I'm going to say that again. That is from Mel Robbins, right, Wendy? Isn't that freaking awesome? I love it. If you say you don't have time for exercise, replace it with exercise is not a priority. If you keep meaning to call your mom and you just don't, you know what? Don't say you don't have time to call your mom. You're actually saying my mom is not a priority. Oh, I love that. That is such a duff kicker. And please, everybody, use that with your clients. Use that with your kids. Use that for yourself and say, you know what? No excuses. Love that advice, right? Good stuff. That is strong, isn't it? Good stuff. So everybody, if there's one thing out of this broadcast that you write down today, write that down. Because we all say, I would love to write a book, but I don't have the time. I'd love to spend more time with friends, but I don't have the time. Are you really saying that those things are not a priority? I love that. I love that. All right, you guys are going to love this one. Love this next one. Who's ready for number 4? Jeff Aroni, you're going to love this. We're talking about ways that we can lighten up. And this one's for you, my friend, Jeff Carlin. Are we taking life way too seriously? And I want to show this comment from Wendy. A lot of people get their validation from being busy. How are you busy? No time. I love that, right? So, are we being too serious in life? Like I said at the beginning of this broadcast, this is not to be pessimistic, but we live in a very negative world. We live in a very dark world. Like I said, go on to any news broadcast, go on to any social media site that's covering what's going on in the world. And you know what? It can drive you crazy because you know what? There is a lot of dark energy. There's a lot of stuff that goes on. And let's face it, life is full of challenges. Life is full of challenges, relationship challenges, career challenges. You know, there's no such thing, you know what, as job security. Are you kidding me? There is no such thing as job security. Is there such a thing of 100% that, you know what, people are going to stick by you through thick and thin? Absolutely not. So you know what? There's a lot of things weighing on us. Trying to pay your bills, trying to keep relationships intact, right? Is that trying to keep your kids safe, your grandkids safe, right? Trying to keep your health intact, trying to keep at a reasonable weight, right? There's all these things that are weighing on us. So this is one of the things. Do you need to take life a little less seriously? Meaning have more fun now. Right? Maybe that's marinating. Maybe that's percolating with someone, is that you go, oh, you know what? When I go on vacation, I'll go have fun. Oh, I'll celebrate once I get my book written. You know what? Oh, I'll spend time with my kids when this, right? Is that I'll have fun when it's the weekend. So one of the things that's going to be a challenge in the Laser Focus Tribe is that we're going to be doing challenges. How are you going to have more fun today? How are you going to bring more joy into your life today? How are you going to laugh more? How are you going to be silly? How are you going to, you know what, not care so much about what people think and take that goofy picture? You know what I mean? When are you going to say, I don't care what you want me to do, but you know what? I want to do this. This is a hobby that I want to do. You may not agree with my choices, but you know what? This is what makes me happy. You may not want to do this activity with me, but you know what? I want to do this activity. This brings me joy. You know, your spouse may not like kayaking, but you love kayaking. You know, I love to run, but maybe my husband doesn't like to run, right? Maybe you like to do art. Wendy is doing all types of art now, right? But maybe some other people are going, why this? Why that, right? Who the freak cares? How many of you need to stop worrying about what other people think and just do your own thing? Yeah, right? Hey, Ken Loring, how are you? I love that. I love that. I love that. This is perfect because Wendy went from being, you know, fitness coach for over 30 something years or something, Wendy. I apologize if it's less or more, but the bottom line is now she's painting. She's using her creativity in a different way and she's having a lot of fun. I can tell she is, right? Yeah, it's okay to be content and happy. So this might be the one thing that you need to lighten up on. Stop taking your life so seriously and stop taking the world and what other people think of you seriously. You know, I want you to care, but I also want you to have a little tinge of not caring. Does that resonate with you? So many of us, we grow up as kids, right? And we have confidence issues. We worry about what we look like. We worry about what people think of us. We worry about, you know what, if, you know, do they like me? You know, we worry about if we have a zit on our forehead, right? Is that, you know what, at some point in your life, and you know what, I've come to the point now, and hopefully you are all getting there. But I just encourage you to work on this spring, if this is the one that resonates with you. Try to stop taking life so seriously, right? Is that life is full of challenges. Find a way, you know what I mean? Whether it's through mentoring, through counseling, through therapy, or just, you know what, not giving a hoot and just start doing things daily that you say, you know what, I don't care what people think. And do something silly, do something fun, you know, do something different, dress up like, you know, different and fun, and you wear bold colors. I don't know what it is, but you know what, this is a heavy, heavy world. And if I can encourage you to have a little bit more fun at work, more fun with your family, and not worry about the stuff you can't change. I know that resonates with some of you. I talk with so many of you during mentoring sessions. Why this? Why that? Why won't they be like this? Why won't they talk to me like this? And you know what I say to all of you? You can't change people. We all know that, but we still try to do it. So why put your energy towards things you can't change? And why don't you put all of that fueled up energy into things you can change? Does that make sense? Stop worrying about what other people think. And I know that's easier said than done, but you know what? Stop focusing your energy on people that will never change their mindset. They've got to do it. Just saying. Okay. Let me read some of these comments here. Jeff is like, yeah. Happy spring, Ken. How are you? Thank you so much for coming in. I love it, everybody. Let's see. We got some more comments. I have to profile. Jeff's like, yeah. Yep, it's about me. I love it. Hey, thanks for coming in. Thank you. You're awesome too. Yeah. You know what? So many of us, you know, and I'm not saying you. Sometimes we just have to kick ourselves in the duff. Sometimes we got to take a deep breath and say, you know what? Got to stop taking life so seriously. You know what? I need to have some more fun. I need to let go of some things. Maybe I need to forgive somebody. How many of you need to forgive somebody? Just forgive for yourself so you can move on, right? I'm telling you, is that none of us are getting out of this thing alive. Just keeping it real. You know what I mean? So why not make the most of every moment and finally say, okay, it's springtime, is that I'm done with the ridiculousness. I'm done with people out on social media acting stupid. I'm done with people, you know what, creating drama. Stop getting involved in the drama. Stop feeding the drama. Stop participating in the drama. Simplify your life. You know what I mean? And just make a conscious choice. And you know what? The word choice, sometimes you don't think you have a choice. You do have a choice to remove yourself from conversations. You have the choice to create great boundaries. You have more choice than you think you do. Trust me, it's going to be hard. Like I say, sometimes you have to have 15 minutes of uncomfortableness saying directly to a family member, directly to a friend, directly to a coworker, saying, you know what? I can't be part of this anymore. And you know what? If they don't understand that you don't want to be part of negativity, if they don't understand that you want to live a more positive life, if they don't understand that you're trying to be happy, bye-bye. You know what I mean? We do. We have so much choice. We have so much choice. But so many things. Yeah, don't give a hoot. I love that. Yeah. So everybody, you got to catch this replay if you haven't seen this. All right, number 5, everybody. Your time is valuable. But please, everybody, put your comments in the chat stream if one of these things is resonating with you so far. I would love to hear if this is resonating with you. The topic is, if you just joined in, 6 different ways to lighten up. It's spring. I was thinking about my own life. What do I need to lighten up on? And so I hope one or more of these 6 things really help you. Because you know what? I want you to be happy. I want you to stop feeling so weighed down. I want you to forgive yourself. How many of you need to forgive yourself? Like, you know what? You've been torturing yourself all your life. You know, you have not done things to make you happy. You have given and given and given and given and given and given to everybody else. But you know what? You really, truly haven't forgiven yourself for something. You haven't said, you know what? Now it's my time. I hope this encourages at least one of you today, you know what, to let go of something that's really, really been bogging you down. Get the help you need, get the mentorship, the therapy, the counseling, and you know what? Bring more joy into your life. So I really hope that this helps. Oh, awesome. You know what? This will help you. This will help you, Deb. I really hope it does. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. So, yeah, it's time to lighten up in this negative, dark world. And again, I'm not trying to be pessimistic, everybody. I'm being realistic. Is that you have a choice to put your energy towards this dark, negative place, or you can choose to be the light. Maybe say, I choose to be the light, even if you're going to stand alone in a negative circle. And we can talk about that negative circle that you might be in a different broadcast. All right, number 5, everybody. One of my great friends messaged me today and said, you know what? I am lightening up my social media followers. And I applaud this person for this. Listen, everybody, there's a lot of ridiculous stuff going on social media. And sometimes, somehow, we feel like, oh, you know what? They've been on my social media. What if I unfollow them? Who cares if you unfollow them? If they're not a friend of yours, if they're not somebody who is supporting you, they're just there lurking, just wondering what's going on with your life. I mean, I'm not talking about people that are busy and they just haven't commented on your page. People that are no longer friends. People that, you know what, are not aligned with your goals. Maybe they are just so negative and pessimistic and toxic, and they're just weighing you down emotionally that, you know what, it's time for them to go. Just do it. We're not in high school, everybody. We're not in middle school. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. I have. And you know what it did? As soon as I did it, I felt like I was free. How many of you want to feel free from some lurkers? How many of you want to feel free from people you say, how in the world did I even have them on my personal Facebook page? Right? Your personal Facebook page should be for the most quality, awesome people in your life that you don't care if they know where you live. Who are these people that some of us, right? And I'm saying to myself included, sometimes I see like on my personal Facebook page, I'm like, how in the world did I accept their friend request? Right? Is that some of these people, I'm like, they're swearing, they're, you know, going off, you know, on Facebook. And I'm like, They're my Facebook friend? Why in the world did I accept them as a friend? I have no idea. But maybe it's time to clean out with no guilt. We're not children, everybody. Is that I'm 45, proud of it. I'm not going to feel any guilt for people that are lurkers, people that are not friends to me. They're just looking to see what's going on in my life. Okay? It's time for them to go. Exit stage left, exit stage right. Lead the way. Unfollow. Right? How many of you need to do that? It's so freeing. No lurkers. Again, this is a choice, everybody. You're not a child. Just do it. Just do it. Yeah, you know what? Exactly. Exactly. So true. Remember to stay light, especially with all the serious stuff going on. And I really like that when you don't recognize them. How many people on your Facebook page, if you actually went through your friend list, you don't even know who they are? Like, are they actually real people? You know what I mean? Are they people from your past with a different, you know what I mean? I don't know, different picture? I'm like kind of questioning some of the people that are on my personal Facebook page going, I don't even remember friending you, quite honestly. Deb says, and you can minimize what some people see, like those family members. Exactly. And I love this, Jeff. I've unfriended people before who haven't had good intentions towards me. I love that. So how many of you need to block out some time and do this? And then the last one, everybody, before I jump off, and I want to say thank you so much for coming in. If you're enjoying this, please put some comments. I'm back here on Facebook Live. I'm going to be doing some other things on different platforms so that I touch different people that are on different platforms. So some of you are big Facebook people. You know, I want to make sure that I do the Facebook Lives. Some of you are YouTubers that, you know what, you like the YouTube videos. So I'm going to make sure I do that, Instagram, that sort of thing. So I'm really, really glad to be here. And I am so honored that you're here. So I just want to say thank you. The last one, everybody, the 6th way to lighten up is I talk about this on Periscope almost every single day. Is that if I missed a comment, everybody, I want to see all the amazing comments. But you know what, just reducing the overwhelm. And why I'm saying this here on Facebook, and I apologize for those of you that are on Periscope that heard the same message, but I really want to get this out to the world. Less is more. I know that Wendy with her painting, and she's playing guitar and doing some things, I think she has really kind of shut things down and realizing doing less in life is more in life. Not doing less that, you know what, you're not successful, but you know what, streamlining. Is that not being crazy, not filling your schedule day through night with stuff? That's called busy. That doesn't mean productive. That doesn't mean happy. I say this on Periscope all the time. Ever since I really made the conscious decision, less is more, I'm not going to do the things that are weighing me down. I'm going to remove activities that used to work for me but don't work for me anymore. I'm not going to do the business stuff just because. If it doesn't make me happy, I'm dumping it. If there's a service that doesn't work, I'm dumping it. You know what? I'm going to really be an expert in a few things, be masterful in it, you know, put my full energy to it and eliminate the rest. And actually, you know what? Have time to read a book. Can somebody say hallelujah? Have time for exercise. If you enjoy a glass of wine, be able to listen to some music with a loved one, go out with friends, have a beverage, sit back, put your feet up, that you don't have to constantly be looking at this, right? And constantly being crazy about what you have to do next. Is that life isn't all about work. And I know there's so many people that say it, but I guarantee there's one person that's watching this live or that's on the replay that is so overwhelmed with all the activities that they're doing that, you know what, you're saying, I have no time for myself. That's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. I'm done with the days that, you know what, someone tells me after I'm working all day, oh, you got to come to this hot networking event from 7 to 10 at night. I'm going, no, thank you. I want to chillax, kick my feet up with my dogs, my husband, and watch some mindless TV. Can someone say amen? Right? Is that I don't have to, because I have the choice. I can work all day and then shut it down at night. You do not have to do everything. You don't have to fill your schedule. You don't have to be everywhere and everywhere. Is that it's okay to have downtime. It's encouraged to have downtime. Stop living like a crazy woman. You know, I'm not going to say any names, but you know what? There's some big leaders out there that want you to grind 24 hours a day. You know who I'm talking about. I don't want you to put their name inside the chat stream. I totally 100% disagree. Is that, you know what? There's some leaders out there that don't want you to take a vacation. I 100% disagree with that. Grind 24 hours a day. You need to be on all the time. That only leads to burnout. That only leads to mistakes. That leads into unhappiness. And eventually it's going to lead to sickness. So get off the cray-cray train, right, Deborah? And you know what? Stop listening to people that have no idea what your life looks like. They have no idea what you want to do in your life, right? Is that, you know what? Just figure out what's going to make you happy and do it. Let me look at some of these comments. Let me see all these comments. I love this. All right. So I may not be able to see all of the comments or put them up. Monica, thank you so much for coming in, for saying to make the time. Thanks for this. I have to shut down quite a bit, and man, it's allowed for me to be laser focused. I love that, Jeff. Oh my gosh, so good to see you. So good to see you. It's been a hot minute. Thank you so much for coming in. Be more present. Be more intentional. Wendy, I'm glad that this is resonating with you. I miss you, my friend. So glad that you're here. I see so many things you're doing, Wendy Rose, and you know what? I'm so happy for you. I wish I could paint. Yeah. You know what? Love it, Monica. Do it. Do it. Put the phone down, right? What else? Tossing the extra luggage out, says Ken Loring. Love it. Stop scheduling yourself. Jeff says, even God rested. I love these comments, everybody. Get off the crazy train. Let me just ask you. I'm going to keep Deborah's comment up. How many of you feel like you're going crazy? How many of you feel like you have so much going on? And I just heard this morning. I'm trying to come up for air. Have you ever had that feeling? Do you feel that way now? Get off the train. Swim back to shore. Find your way back and start dumping, eliminating, delegating, saying, you know what, not today. Not next week, not next year, right? Yeah, the little eyes are watching, exactly. And if you have kids and you have grandkids, they're watching you being crazy. It's not the greatest thing to do, right? I love that. Jeff, you make me laugh. I love it. And heck, no grind, no more. Been there, done that. I'm productive because I'm happier and healthier. How many of you want to be happier? How many of you want to be healthier? I know there's people in this chat stream right now that says, thank you for this broadcast. I will be getting messages, right? But I know what your life is. You're running around like a chicken with its head cut off. I was there. No longer. Calm. You know what I mean? Passionate. I have time to do stuff that I enjoy. Now, you may need some mentoring to figure out how can you do that because you're just trying to make ends meet. Does that make sense? Some of you are just trying to make ends meet and you're just trying to get money in. You know what? You need to look for that thing that's going to bring in the most return on investment if you're business people, something that's going to make you money, but you're working smarter and not harder. So if anybody needs to talk about that, reach out to me for a mentoring session or something like that. And we do, Jeff, we totally do it to ourselves. And you know what? Overwhelm, sometimes, you know what? It just happens so quick. Is that honestly, we just want to do the right thing. We want to help. We want to be nice to others. We don't want to say no to people that are really nice. We just want to be there. We're servant leaders. We're givers, right? We're people that want to serve. We're people that we want to uplift. We want to help others. We want to make an impact on people's lives. But when is enough enough? When is enough that you have to say, you know what? I've given enough for today. Does that make sense? Is that, you know what, pastors, ministers, coaches, trainers, okay? Anybody that volunteers, is that, you know what, it's okay, you know what, to stop giving and say, you know what, now it's time to give to myself, right? Is that there's a limit. You can't be on 24-hour call forever. You know what I mean? Because you're just going to totally burn out. Bottom line. Let's see. We got some other comments here that I want to say real quick. I saw some new people come in, and I think I just totally blew past the comments. I apologize. Let's see. I just want to make sure. Smarter, not harder. I love it. Yay, Jeff. So glad that you're on here with Wendy Rose. Wendy Rose is a good friend from way back. She was one of the original Periscopers. A great, great lady. Yep, get off the crazy train. That's whose comment I was looking for. Pamela Sue, thank you so much for coming in. It happens overnight. You wake up and life is crazy. And you know why you can't schedule your stuff too tight, everybody? Why you can't, you know what, create your schedule so busy? Because the ridiculous is going to come in, right? You have to leave time for the stuff you can't control. Let me give you just a perfect example. Is that I make sure that, you know what, I leave a lot of flex time on my calendar. Because say, for example, one of my family members needs me. I need the time to be able to help them, right? Is that maybe, you know what, you catch the flu. How many of you caught the flu over this winter? Bronchitis, a bad cold. Is that if your schedule is so, you know, jacked up, such a hot mess, is guess what? Your whole life basically falls apart because your schedule is filled from day to night. But if you leave a little flex time, is that when these little emergencies or big emergencies come in, you have flex time. You can say to a client, hey, listen, you know what? Can we move you a couple hours this way? Or can we move this to tomorrow? But if you schedule in everything so tight and you're so busy, you don't have any room for the stuff that's naturally going to be coming in. Make sense? Oh, thank you, Pamela Sue. You know what? I used to be on Facebook Live all the time here. I've been focusing in on Periscope recently, but I'm going to be back regularly here on Facebook Live. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. You got to leave wiggle room. All right. So everybody, I don't want to keep you. What did you think? Let's catch up for a second. I want to hear your comments. I'm just going to reintroduce myself real quick. I want to hear, yeah, Jeff, the jacked up schedule. I talk in real language. Sometimes your schedule is jacked up and you need to fix it. You need to get out of a hot mess. Let's see. Excellent. So Ken, look at your comment. This is confirmation to take action. Awesome, Wendy. Thank you for your comments. I appreciate that. Is that I would love to hear your comments on this. And you know what? I promise you is that I'm going to be back here on Facebook Live a lot. Is that I'm very excited. And I just appreciate each and every one of you being part of this page. And the thing is that I love to chit chat, but I like to give a lot of value. My focus again with SmartChic Laser Focus Mentoring is to reduce the freaking noise in your life. Reduce the freaking noise. Get and stay in your lane and stay focused in on your true priorities. Awesome, Deb. Have a great meeting. Love that you love this, Lisa. Thank you so much for your comments. I truly appreciate you, my friend. Someone that has stuck with me through thick and thin, and she is amazing, Lisa. Thank you so much for being here. Have an amazing meeting, Deborah. Oh, awesome. Jeff, I'm going to be doing this a lot more in the middle of the day to kind of like get you back pumped up, focused, and kind of pushing through the rest of your day. I think midday is probably going to be the best for me to do these, but I'll switch off. I don't think I'm going to do a regular time because I've got clients, I've got meetings and all types of stuff. But I think that, you know what, when it really comes to me, you know what, I'm going to jump on and I'm going to do this and on a regular basis. So everybody, if you love this, please share this out if you feel comfortable sharing this out. If you don't feel comfortable sharing this out, That's all cool. Happy spring, everybody. I hope the sun shines in California soon. I hope that the weather becomes nice and warm and sunny where you're at. And you know what? I really love Facebook as well, Deborah. I really, really do. And I love the fact of the Be Live, right, that I can profile your comments. Why do I do that? Let me end with this. There's a lot of broadcasters that are preaching to you. There's a lot of broadcasters that are telling you what to do. Why do I put your comments up on mine? Is because I'm a student. I learn from you just as much as you learn from me. I always say this on Periscope. We are all experts. Can somebody say, boom? You have lived life like I've lived life. You've had experiences that I haven't had. I've had experiences that you haven't had. We learn from each other. And you may think that you're stuck. You may think that, you know what, you're not moving forward in your life, and that's okay. But you have the answers within. That's what I try to teach you in Laser Focus Mentoring with SmartChic, is that you are an expert of your own life. And don't let anybody else make you think differently. I want to thank you guys for coming in. Thank you, gals, for coming in. I appreciate you. And you know what? I want to wish you a powerful afternoon, a beautiful evening. And remember, everybody, it's spring, is that there's some way that you need to lighten up. Look at these 6 ways, pick one, and move forward on that starting today. Love you guys. I will be back soon. If you want to message me right through Facebook and say, hey, this is the one I'm going to focus in on. Okay? I'd love to hear from you. I'm a real person. You know what? Reach out and let's continue the conversation. So keep the comments going, everybody. And I am going to reply to at least one comment of yours in Facebook. So if you leave a comment in Facebook, I am going to respond to at least one comment here. We had over 162 comments, everybody. I love you guys. Have an amazing day. Thank you so much. Bye. See y'all later.